Hey everyone, I'm Jay.
Hey everyone, I'm Matt.
I'm Sean.
And today we're talking about our unpopular opinions.
Boo.
Yes. Well, everyone knows that I'm always right, so I can't even believe that any of my opinions are unpopular.
Can't you?
But I may have a few, yes. So I'll get the ball rolling because I know it's not easy to admit this. And this is really not, I'm not embarrassed. Well, I'm a little embarrassed. I'm not ashamed because I was born this way, practically. But here's the thing. I love Adam Sandler.
Okay.
That was okay to say in the 90s.
It was a very okay.
Which is when I developed my love of him. As a little girl, I would be babysitting late at night. And my mom lives outside of the city. Most of my charges did too. We don't have cable. And SNL would be the one thing that would come on. And the thing is, like, Adam Sandler is even before my time. But after the first SNL runs, a classic episode would run.
That's right. Yeah.
And I just loved all those bad boys of SNL. I love Chris Farley and David Spade and Rob Schneider. Chris Farley died and so he's an angel, but all of those men have since lost favor. And they're not even like harassing women, they're just man children who never grew up.
But then there's Chris Rock, who was part of that club, who
He's sort of...
I still get to like him.
Yeah, and he still hangs out with that club.
Yeah, he does. Which is cool.
Yeah. He's not above it, oddly. Maybe he should be. And I like it also. Adam Sandler has his posse that he always likes to work with. And I love seeing that in Hollywood. Judd Apatow is the same. And it's funny because he and Adam cross over. They were roommates back in the day. And would egg each other on doing crank calls.
You got to see in funny.
Yes. So, but I've always loved Adam Sandler since the days of like Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore. Love all of those.
The thing is, I don't think it's an unpopular opinion to love Adam Sandler or even like him. Like I love him.
It's like 10% more acceptable because he just did Uncut Gems. Yeah. But before that, he had a string of wildly unpopular Netflix movies.
It is not unpopular to like Adam Sandler. It is unpopular to like Adam Sandler movies.
Okay.
Because I like him, and he's a hard guy not to like, actually. Yeah. But his movies have been atrocious for a little while.
Mm-hmm. They have. And even I can see that.
Yeah.
And I think actually you did The Ridiculous Six, is that what
it's called? That was horrible, yeah.
You took one for the team. We never watched that one because you...
We did eventually.
Did we?
Yeah. It's very forgettable.
Were we high?
Yeah.
I still remember some of the parts that I thought were most obnoxious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was I think that's probably his worst movie. Like, it's probably worse than Jack and Jill. I'd say it's definitely worse than the one he did with David Spade, where he has cancer and is not an FBI agent.
It is another Netflix.
The one where they meet. It's so confusing because there's so many twists.
What?
Because he lies about being an FBI agent, but it turns out he just has cancer. And there's like a cure for cancer. It's like a sort of an action movie.
Were we also high for that one? Like, I don't remember this at all. I remember he did one with Chris Rock, where there was a wedding.
Yep. That's right.
I don't remember that one.
And then he did one with Jennifer Aniston that was a little better received, the murder mystery.
Yeah, because people like them together.
Yeah.
Actually, the first one he did with Jennifer Aniston was quite good, actually.
Yeah. That is. And Nicole Kidman has a really hilarious part in that movie. I am kind of surprised that she was game for that, but I really love that.
What's your favorite Adam Sandler movie that isn't like Uncut Gems or Punch Drunk Love or Spanglish or something like that?
Or Reign Over Me?
Yeah.
Billy Madison.
Okay.
But, I don't know. 50 First Dates is pretty up there for me. Wedding Singer, of course, is a classic, but 50 First Dates, gosh, I love that one. And you know what? I never missed a premiere for an Adam Sandler movie. I was in theaters probably right up until, I'm sure I didn't see Jack and Jill in theaters. But I did see 50 First Dates, and I remember it something happened with the movie, and we had to start it all the way from the beginning. So I saw the first 50 minutes twice.
Did you remember it?
I did. I remembered it quite
So you
well
didn't have
from
what
just
Drew
moments
Barrymore
before.
had then. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an unpopular opinion that I actually am not a big fan of Billy Madison.
Okay.
I was maybe too young, but I had the same opinion that like adult film critics had of it when I saw it, which were just, this is too obnoxious, this is just too crass, and I didn't really get it. It was Happy Gilmore sort of really brought me around on it.
That's funny because it's basically the same character.
It is.
So
but
how do you
I
like,
don't know.
You
I
like
think
Happy Gilmore.
I think
but
I was
you
like
hate Billy Madison.
I think I was like a year older, and so my sense of humor had changed. There was
really
For the worst.
matured.
It had to
for the worst. Oh, for the worst, absolutely.
You had some influence in your life.
My favorite Adam Sandler movie, and this is probably unpopular. I mean, I prefer Uncut Gems and Punch Drunk Love, probably, but my favorite Adam Sandler movie that he wrote, I guess, is Little Nicky.
That is such a good one.
It is such a good one. Like so many great cameos. Everything in it kind of works, except for Adam himself, whose voice was a bit much for me. But
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about Adam Sandler. He is never good at any of his movies.
The Waterboy, he was really good in The Waterboy.
Yeah, but you know what? He plays this very same character. He's actually like such an introvert and so shy that even when you see him like in interviews, which is very rare because he can't take it, he's so shy. He always does this voice, this character. He can't be straight unless he has, I think, a very authoritative director.
Yeah.
Because he has done good work for other people.
Yes.
But when it's, you know, Happy Madison, his production company, when he's in charge of things, even though he's not directing, nobody can say no to him. He slips into his old comfort ways. And the thing is, you know, if you thought it was obnoxious 20 years ago in Billy Madison, you know, he's well into middle age now, and like
gets
his
worse,
default
yeah.
is still playing that character.
Yeah, did you see him at the Independent Spirit Awards when he won and he did in The
I loved
Voice?
that so much.
It was so good though, but
It was very good, but of course it's in The Voice. He
Yeah, it's in
can't
The Voice.
do it straight.
Yeah.
He can't do it for God. How does someone that shy go into comedy and
Yeah.
perform on SNL?
probably because he's, I don't know. Yeah, probably because he's shy. He's just like, I love him on, like, when he's a guest on, like, Jimmy Fallon. He just is, like, anyone SNL, he's just such a buddy of.
Yes.
He was just, and he's, because he predates Jimmy Fallon, he's also kind of just really supportive of him.
Yes,
Well, but
he
Jimmy
is.
Fallon was the next.
Well, that's the thing. I
Adam Sandler's
loved
the next
Jimmy
Adam Sandler.
Fallon
Yeah.
because I felt like he was the next Adam Sandler,
totally
and then
was.
I thought Andy Samberg was the
Yeah.
next.
And now Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
It's like everyone, and that's the mark that Adam Sandler left.
Yes.
Is, you know, there's the next Eddie Murphy, the next Adam Sandler, kind of in a way, I guess, the next Kristen Wiig, and there's a very short list.
They hope.
Yeah. Well, I think because Kate McKinnon was almost the next.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they even kind of overlapped.
yeah.
You know, like Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
McKinnon is her own.
her own thing. And Kate McKinnon is going to go down as, I think, one of their top cast members ever, I think. But anyway, that's off Adam Sandler. But that's the mark he left. To this day, there's always the next Adam Sandler. Because no one says the next Jimmy Fallon. Because everyone remembers
Because Jimmy
Yeah.
Fallon was the
the
next
next Adam Sandler. Yeah.
It is that template of the kooky guy who's coming on with his guitar on Weekend Update and
Yeah.
making stupid songs.
Yes. And I owned all of his comedy albums on CD.
Those are so good though.
Yeah, but of course you did. You were in high school, like everyone did.
But you know what? To this day, I have an Adam Sandler email address. Like my Gmail email is a tribute to Adam Sandler. So was my Hotmail one. Like every screen name I had as a kid on like whatever MSN or everything was Adam.
But he was good in The Waterboy though. Like serious acting. Like that was like Forrest Gump in a way. Like he was just like he must have seen a dialect coach and an accent coach because you know.
No,
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I totally agree that it is a very weirdly endearing character for something that is also really obnoxious.
Right.
And yet it hasn't worn thin for me. But I love The Longest Yard. Like there's so many of them that I'm like, I just love seeing all of his friends pile on. It's like such a pleasure, I think.
But if you go down to Miss Louisiana, wherever he's supposed to be from,
Yeah.
It's kind of exactly like that. It's a combination
Fair.
of all the different states, that's an actor right there.
Okay, fair enough. So nobody is gonna super laugh at me for liking Adam Sandler?
No, I'm not gonna laugh at you for liking Adam Sandler.
If you were to say that his movies that he's been producing and writing for the last 10 years have been good, I would disagree with that strongly. But to say, I mean, he himself is a hard guy not to like, and I think to like him, to be a fan of his,
he's also a Republican.
That's true.
So just imagine the leaps it takes me to forgive him of that.
I saw him on this great round table with Tom Hanks, Robert De Niro, Jamie Foxx, Shia LaBeouf, and Adam Driver. And they're all dissing Trump. Because anyway, they're all award season guys at the time. And he just got really quiet when they were talking about like Trump. He's just like, oh, I'm not as smart as you guys to have an opinion about that much stuff. And like, you know, I'm trying to stay out of politics. And, yeah, and I felt, so I don't know if he's...
I like that, Matt. That's pretty good.
But yeah, I felt almost bad for him. But I mean, I guess it's because he's a Republican. But I mean, I don't know. He can't be super into Trump. Like, I feel like there's
no. I think he's not a Trump supporter, and that's why he doesn't want to speak up.
None of the people we like can be Trump supporters. That's the cool thing. Is we just like we get to put our opinions on other people.
Well,
like,
I guess.
Yeah.
Yes. But I mean, I don't even know if he super votes Republican anymore. Certainly, he has come out against a lot of the things that Republicans tend to be for.
Yeah, well, I mean, can you imagine Adam Sandler showing up to vote? Like,
I mean, that is sort of hard in itself. Yes.
He's a busy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is. And I mean, consistently one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, and this is partially my fault, his movies always make money. They make crazy box office money. Yeah. And you don't think of it, but I mean, it takes almost no money to make these movies. There's no CGI. He's just, I mean, basically every movie he makes is just, where do my friends want a vacation this year?
Yeah.
He took Drew Barrymore to Africa recently. Like, this is what you can do if you get in good with Adam Sandler. Is have, like, he brought Jennifer Aniston to Hawaii, like, just round the world vacations with all his best friends, and it's a tax write-off.
And how are Drew Barrymore and Jennifer Aniston going to afford a trip like that? Like, if it weren't for Adam Sandler.
If it weren't for him.
Yeah.
But also, like, everybody loves working with him because they can bring all of their families with them, and he just rents, like, a whole bunch of houses, and, like, you can bring your partner and your children, and he does the same. And like you said, I mean, it's hard not to like the guy personally. Well, obviously, people love returning to the movies.
I always feel like...
Anger management, sorry.
That's okay. Well, that's amazing. That's a step above right there. Okay. Like, I mean, because you got Jack Nicholson.
I know. Like, imagine landing that.
And that's already in the period where, like, Jack Nicholson now is not even officially retired, but it's almost impossible to get him to agree to do anything because he's so choosy. And that had already kind of started at the anger management period. I mean, that's a whole, to me, that's almost like Punch Drunk Love Jr. Like, that's like somewhere between.
Okay.
That's, yeah, I mean, Adam Sandler has this persona of like this like slacker, and he always reminds me of like Seth Rogen, who writes a lot of his own stuff and is in like 4 movies a year. Always like these guys have this like persona of like they are workaholics.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's true. Like writing and producing, and because Adam Sandler has a production company, and he does he produces movies that he won't even be in, but like here's like another Rob Schneider vehicle, and here's a David Spade one, and like it really pays off to be his friend.
Yeah.
Okay, so does anyone else have something they want to confess today?
I have a similar one.
Okay.
And it's not something I feel as strongly maybe as you do about Adam Sandler. But I was thinking, I am of the opinion that the Hangover sequels were not half bad.
Okay.
Which is, I mean, I don't know if they're great, but I've watched all of them multiple times. I like that it returns to the Back to the Future, Home Alone brand of sequeling, where every scene has like an equivalent in the next one, so you basically just follow the format. But like the chemistry between all of them is still really good. They're very light on the Justin Bartha, is it? Yeah, I mean, I thought all these movies get more and more kind of serious as they go too. There's always this hint of like danger. It's like this is a comedy, but they're in real life and they're accidentally getting into a world where like bad shit happens. And there's this kind of like a little bit of a darkness to it. The third one goes some places I wouldn't have gone.
Like what? Which place is that?
Like Zach Galifianakis getting a boob job.
Okay. Okay.
Where else? Yeah, I mean, actually, that's probably about it.
Everything else is
fine. Everything else is fine. I like that there's.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, there's like the stakes are genuinely high, yeah. Well, because what I liked was that Zach Galifianakis at the end decides that he's got to move on from this. He's got to grow up, and then they wind up with some sort of like bachelor party or something for him, and that still goes out of hand in like a mid-credits scene, which I really thought, like, I know it's a comedy, but I really thought it sort of cheated the arc of the movie, if not the series. So I wouldn't have done that. I hate to be like a buzzkill on that.
But if you press stop,
that's
where
true.
you should have, you might like this movie a lot more.
I might, yeah.
Okay, so we're not really shaming Matt enough for his unpopular opinion. We haven't really shamed me enough. Sean, do you have anything to add to this conversation?
Yeah, you can jump on me for this one.
Okay, looking forward to it.
Okay. The Rock is one of the greatest motion pictures of all time.
Okay, I thought that was going another way.
I thought it was going to be action
talking
movies of all
about
time.
the man.
No, The Rock with Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery, directed by Michael Bay.
I would say The Rock, the movie, is as cool as The Rock the guy. Like, it's just a super cool movie, and it's done so well. I can't believe it's done by Michael Bay. Greatest motion pictures of all time, I don't know.
Are my eyes bleeding? I do feel like
one of the best action movies of the 90s, which I feel I'm walking back what you're saying.
Well, you're not walking it back, but I think you have to take it to its conclusion. Which is to say, it is the perfect action movie.
Yeah.
And so it has to be considered one of the best movies of any genre of all time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know you're just needling me.
No, I'm not.
The thing is, when I said we should all have an unpopular opinion, Sean was like, I don't have any unpopular opinions. Which may be true. Like, he is a very, like, blockbuster-y guy. He is the everyman.
And The Rock was a big blockbuster. It was the number 4 highest grossing movie of 1996, I would say.
Yeah.
Which I think you could look up, and I think that's
I like
correct.
that you just stated that as an opinion.
Yeah, that is.
In my opinion, it is the number 4.
Yeah, it may not be popular. But
It was one of the highest grossing movies of, I think it was 96 that it
in 96, that is my mathematical opinion. Yeah, it was 96, absolutely. It was, the reason I would not put it up there with Die Hard or The Matrix or, I don't know, North by Northwest or whatever, is that it didn't really propel us forward as a genre. Whereas like Die Hard kind of inspired a lot of copycats. I would say The Rock was one in a way, and I guess that's, in that sense, in terms of its influence, I guess it basically brought out Michael Bay in a big way, and a lot of Michael Bay copycats.
including Michael Bay.
Yes. Including then Con Air was the next year, I
That's
think,
right, yeah.
which could have easily been a Michael Bay movie and kind of wanted to be a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah. It could also have been The Rock sequel.
Yeah, exactly. But like, so Nicolas Cage, Sean Connery, Ed Harris. I almost called him Ed Helms.
Yeah.
Just absolutely nailing it.
Yeah.
So many great lines.
Yeah.
So many great deaths.
Yeah.
And it's probably one of the most recent R-rated action movies that they went like all in on, like budget-wise and stuff. Pretty soon, even Nicolas Cage was doing PG-13 rated action movies from Jerry Bruckheimer.
Yes.
I think this was the last movie that Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer did together before
You
Don
are
Simpson
correct.
died.
This movie was dedicated to Don Simpson.
Yeah. Hans Zimmer did just killer work on this.
Yes, he did.
I mean, I don't. Just
apparently, this is a popular opinion.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, I'm with you on it. You know, I don't know.
No,
like, I feel
that's the thing.
you took it
Sean
hard.
knows
You took it
he
hard.
may not have unpopular opinions, but he has opinions that are very unpopular with me. So, I hear you, Sean, loud and clear.
Do you remember what the last line of The Rock was?
The last line. No, what's the last line?
Well, okay, I could be wrong. I'm almost 100% sure that the last line is, "Honey, do you want to know who killed JFK?"
Yeah, you're
like.
Yes, it is.
I mean, come on! Like a movie that ends with that.
Yep.
I mean, and doesn't have the balls to answer it. And you know what? There was a lot of talk. They were seriously going to do a sequel to it, and it's one of the movies that I'm actually most disappointed didn't get a sequel.
It deserved one.
It deserved one. I don't know what they would have done.
It deserved many.
It's one of the last movies before the great Sean Connery retired. He probably did about 3 or 4 more.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't coming back. They
Yeah,
were doing a
it's
sequel
hard to-
without
yeah.
Sean Connery.
Probably, yeah. Because it would be hard to bring these two guys back, so they would have had to bring them together, not the actors but the characters. It would be hard to explain that in a movie. Why do we need both these guys again?
Yeah, no, I think Nicolas Cage would have been the next John McClane, stuck at another airport/prison the following year when something crazy happened again.
Yeah, but what's cool about this versus Die Hard is he doesn't have to be there. He doesn't have to be that unlucky because
No, he can be sent in.
He gets sent in because he's the chemical freak.
That's right.
Or
The
chemical super freak. That's right. Yeah.
Classic.
Hashtag Oscar so wrong. Because, I think it might have gotten something for sound. Well, maybe not an actual win, but it probably got nominated for
nomination
sound
or two,
or something.
or visual effects or crap, but not the good ones.
Yeah, not that. Yeah.
No, I mean.
Apologies to the many talented visual effects artists who work so hard on this.
Yeah, right. I mean.
But any movie that only gets a visual effects is just because we're too good to give you a meaningful award.
But seriously, and can we just backpedal to a conversation we had probably about a week ago?
Please.
Our time, if not, if not necessarily YouTube time, a week ago our time. Keep in mind, 1996 was the year that Cuba Gooding Jr. won Best Supporting Actor for Jerry Maguire.
Check up here for a look.
Can we just say, why not Ed Harris as nominated for The Rock? Why not Best Supporting Actor? I mean, I understand maybe Best Actor is a bit much, but why not? Why not Ed Harris, who is super commanding as Hummel? What was that his last name?
Yeah, Hummel. I think,
he was not an evil man.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, he was justifying what he was doing because he's seen too many of his brothers die without the benefits.
So he's just going to kill everyone in San Francisco.
He didn't intend to. He bluffed. He even said, we bluffed, they called it. It was his psychopathic underlings that took over. He never intended to chemical anyone.
I don't believe that. I think he was going to do it and
then he chickened out.
Wow.
Yeah.
But then
apparently we need to rewatch this movie and then have a super in-depth.
I think so.
We have to have a double bill of watching that and its companion piece, Rocket Man.
What?
Oh, because that's where I learned the song Rocket Man. He's like, and it was such a roundabout way to get to that kill scene of like,
yeah.
But it was so good. But that's how Nicolas Cage goes, right? Like it's like the long con with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was a really long setup.
It was good though. Well, because he needed to get him in front of the window though.
He did, so they were slowly circling this round, I don't know what kind of room it was at Alcatraz, but yes.
Because we've been to Alcatraz.
Yeah,
we haven't
been.
And they sell The Rock there. They sell VHS, well, probably the DVDs of The Rock. You know, it's one of the most iconic, I wouldn't say scenes, but this trope that I love from 90s action movies that they don't do anymore is that scene of that thing where the rocket takes him out the window, which would kill him. Then he falls, which would kill him, but he lands on like a spike and gets impaled by it. Like, it's the multiple deaths for
and he's
one
still
guy.
going like,
Yeah. Well, because can you imagine how much that would hurt though? Like, you'd do the same thing. And a shout out to Tony Todd for that, which I think was the name of the actor who, he was one of the like mercenaries.
There's a lot of mercenaries.
Yeah, so well cast, those guys, really good. The only flaw of that movie, I would say, was Michael Biehn.
How dare you?
Who hammed it up in that. I didn't really like the way he hammed it up. You look at a guy like Nicolas Cage or like Sean Connery, these guys they don't have to do stuff like that. Like hamming it up like that.
Oh
but,
no,
like,
Nicolas Cage is definitely too good to ham it up.
Yeah. And it was a funny movie.
And Sean Connery never handed up in The Rock?
Oh yeah, he was like, our unique knowledge of this prison facility, I was formerly a guest here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all hamming it up. That's part of the fun.
He was hamming it up by being a cool guy.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's great.
Sean Connery's almost never been better in that movie. It was a really solid movie, I thought.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
10 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
I'm kidding. Yeah, no,
So Jay,
that is like it's at least an 8 or 9 out of 10. Even Jay, I think, would concede that point.
Like, no, I'm pretty sure she would not. But let's hear from
Did
Jay.
we watch it on shift? No, you and I watched Face Off on shift together. Yeah, that's true. No, it wasn't
another classic Nicolas Cage.
That is a great movie, but that's not an unpopular opinion. Like, I think people have like very fond memories of that and still remember it. Whereas The Rock.
I mean, we still remember it. I mean, it's The Rock.
No, it's better than The Rock.
No, it's not.
I find it way better than The Rock because it's definitely it's John Woo.
Yeah, it's John Woo, and it's ridiculous.
I mean, it's ridiculous in concept, not like The Rock.
What are we even defining ridiculous as right now? Because I think we're just all over the place.
Yeah, it's
No,
it's just like the rivalry between these two men and how they get to live each other's lives. And Nicolas Cage was even better in Face Off than he was in The Rock.
No, he wasn't.
John Travolta was probably not as good as Sean Connery was.
Well, obviously not.
But definitely a really hammy villain. Really good swapping performances, and just like the gun battles, like the slow motion and the like somewhere over the rainbow and the ear being shot off.
No, the only good thing to come out of Face Off was Jason Statham thinking there was a Face Off machine.
I mean, that was amazing. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Jay, you've been pretty quiet.
Yeah, I'm wondering where the flare is.
Oh, the flare! That was such a good part of The Rock.
Good part of The Rock. It's true.
It's like green smoke.
Green smoke.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't really like. Yeah. I mean,
No! This is the worst day of my life. I can't believe you did this to me.
Oh, yes, you can.
You did this to yourself. You did this to yourself with this topic.
Okay, fine. Blame the victim.
Well, yeah, this has been a great edition of Fantastic Opinions.
And where to put them.